Did you enjoy watching the blockbuster movie Bird Box? Well, we've got more movies to suggest for you to enjoy the same experience. At number 10, A Quiet Place. If you haven't seen A Quiet Place, it's the first movie you have to watch after Bird Box. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, who are married in real life, play parents trying to raise their children in a post-apocalyptic world where they're forced to live in silence or else they will be killed by horrifying monsters. It's like Bird Box, but its characters must exist without sound instead of sight. In fact, Bird Box has been compared to A Quiet Place. At number 9, It Comes at Night. It Comes at Night is about a highly contagious outbreak that ravages the world and a family who barricades themselves into their home deep in the woods to survive. Suddenly, another family arrives claiming they're also just looking to survive. Similar to Bird Box in the way of an unexplained apocalypse and the challenge of trusting new people in the wake of a disaster, It Comes at Night is a horror that will have you on the edge of your seat throughout. At number 8, The Mist. In The Mist, a powerful storm hits a small New England town, so a father and his son head to the grocery store to get supplies. While inside, they and others get trapped after a dense fog enshrouds the town and terrifying creatures come with it. It's similar to Bird Box in that everyone is immediately forced to band together, and sometimes the people they're surrounded by are more dangerous than what's outside. At number 7, The Endless. The Endless is about two brothers who, as children, escaped a UFO death cult. 10 years later, they're confronted with strange occurrences in their lives and a cryptic video message that convinces them to go back. With an otherworldly creature who has the power to control them and the need for them to resist it to survive, the film has similar themes to Bird Box, but with a more classic alien twist. At number 6, The Happening. Violent and sudden deaths are common occurrences in The Happening. This M. Night Shyamalan film draws comparisons to Bird Box in that suddenly, there are violent and sudden deaths spreading across the country in a looming, apocalyptic threat. The cause is unknown, and a science teacher, along with his wife and a colleague, must try to evade it in the farmlands of Pennsylvania. At number 5, The Thing. The Thing follows a group of researchers in an Antarctic facility who come upon a terrifying alien creature that can replicate itself to look like anyone. With no help available, and without being able to keep an eye on everyone at all times, the researchers begin to turn on each other as they try to figure out if anyone else has become a thing. Take the elements of paranoia and cabin fever of Bird Box and multiply it times 1,000. At number 4, The Road. In The Road, a father and his son travel through a terrifying post-apocalyptic world trying to keep the dream of civilization alive. It's like Bird Box in that as they journey toward the sea, they must avoid gangs of cannibalistic people who will either make them slaves or kill them. At number 3, 28 Days Later. In 28 Days Later, after a group of animal rights activists release a caged chimp that carries a deadly rage virus, the disease spreads like wildfire. A bike courier in London wakes up from a coma to see his city deserted, and he and a group of survivors journey to what they hope will be safety while running from the zombie-like victims. At number 2, Contagion. In Contagion, a woman named Beth returns from a business trip feeling like she's jet-lagged, then 2 days later she dies. As more and more of these deaths evolve into a global epidemic, the doctors attempt to contain it as society begins to collapse as a result of mass paranoia. It's a similar setup to Bird Box, with a different outcome. At number 1, After the Wedding. After the Wedding is directed by Susanne Bier, who also directed Bird Box. If you liked Susanne Bier's directing in Bird Box, then you'll want to check out one of her best films, After the Wedding, which was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film in 2007. The film follows Jacob, who runs an orphanage in India. Suddenly, it may be closed, but a businessman offers him $4 million if he'll return to Denmark and attend the man's daughter's wedding. Thank you, and I hope you will enjoy these awesome movies. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. See you again next time.